OpenAI shipped Codex on Linux Tuesday. The freelance dev quote sitting in your inbox got repriced and nobody sent you the memo. A used ThinkPad, $400, plus a $20 ChatGPT sub. And the same coding agent your competitor's dev shop charges $8,000 to run is now sitting on the cheapest laptop in your office. I'm Stuart. Here is what actually shipped and what to do about it before Friday. The ChatGPT desktop app landed globally on August 11th, 2026. Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, both x64 and ARM chips. A $200 ARM Chromebook now runs the same client the Mac crowd is using. The Windows people. All three operating systems, same app, same day. The hardware moat around this tool just collapsed. And the app is not just ChatGPT in a wrapper, it is OpenAI's super app. ChatGPT, ChatGPT Work, Codex, and a browser in one client. Codex is the piece that matters here. Codex is the coding agent. Inside the desktop app, it does three things that reprice the freelance dev market this week. 1. It reads your local files without uploading them. Your spreadsheets, your codebase, your customer data stays on your machine. So the compliance argument agencies use to charge you a premium for private work just evaporated. 2. It runs against your local repos. Point it at a folder, tell it what you want built or changed, watch it work. Cursor charges for that exact loop. Windsurf charges for that exact loop. Both of them just got put on notice. 3. The install adds an OpenAI repo to your system. The tool updates itself with your normal software updates. Zero DevOps, zero IT overhead, zero excuse for your team to say the tooling is too complicated. So here is the headline. A small internal tool that quoted $3,000 to $8,000 in freelance work costs about $420 to start and $20 a month to keep. $420 is the new floor. And every quote you have not signed yet is running on last week's numbers. Now, before I show you the receipts, if you want the exact install steps I use, the prompt pack I point Codex at on a Linux box, and the quote repricing worksheet I run before I sign any dev invoice, come join the Church of SEO Jesus. It is my free school community. Prompts, checklists, the actual workflows from these videos, all in one place, all free. Link below and pinned in the comments. Right, the receipts. I checked the Codex page myself Tuesday morning. Live, serving, download buttons for .deb and .rpm, x64 and ARM64. Phoronix confirms the Linux release with working ChatGPT, ChatGPT Work, and Codex integration, both architectures. OMG Ubuntu confirms the app can run Codex in your local repos, control other apps through extensions, and probe your local files without you having to upload anything elsewhere. Their words, not mine. The auto-update line matters. When you install the deb, an OpenAI repo gets added to your system so future updates install automatically. Once a founder installs this, it stays current without anyone touching it. Auto-updates make the $400 laptop a durable option, not a one-week hack. I asked Claude to price the floor for a non-technical business owner. 2 sentences. Here is what came back verbatim. A small internal tool that quoted $3,000 to $8,000 in freelance work now costs about $420 to start and $20 a month to keep. A used ThinkPad running Linux, plus a ChatGPT Plus subscription with the Codex integrated desktop app, OpenAI shipped August 11th. And the action before Friday. Pick one repetitive task your team does by hand every week. Write down its steps in plain English, the way you would explain them to a new hire. Paste that description into the tool. Done. The assignment is that simple. No learning to code, no hiring anyone. Just write down one task in plain English and let the machine take a swing at it. Open openai.com/codex yourself right now. On any laptop you own, look at the download buttons for .deb and .rpm and the ARM64 option. That is the proof, not me telling you. Here is the piece the other channels missed. OpenAI is second here. Anthropic shipped Claude Desktop for Linux a month earlier. So the operator today has 2 mature desktop coding agents on the cheapest hardware in the market, competing on price and quality. Not 1 lab, 2. And when there are 2, the price only moves one direction, down. Which puts the Mac first assumption most operators were still running on completely out to pasture. You do not need a $2,000 MacBook Pro to run a coding agent anymore. You need a $400 box and a $20 subscription. The whole hardware premium that agencies were passing to you in their day rate is gone. So who just got undercut? Freelance devs charging under 10 grand for internal tools, first in line. Agencies quoting 6-week timelines for admin dashboards, next. And the paid tiers of Cursor and Windsurf that assumed the operator would keep paying them to wrap what OpenAI now ships as a native app for free, right behind them. Offshore shops selling 6-week builds for a Saturday afternoon prototype right after. Who gets the window? You. Anyone reading a dev quote this week? Anyone about to sign a retainer for internal tooling? Anyone whose backlog has 3 or 4 small tools that a freelancer keeps quoting 6 weeks and $8,000 on? Every one of those is now a Codex on Linux question first, a hiring question second. The move here is not building the next Notion. The move is 1 weekend on an internal invoice tagger, or a lead qualifier, or a report generator, or the CSV cleanup script your ops person opens Excel for every Monday. Tools your team already needs. Tools you were told cost thousands. Now they cost your Saturday and a subscription you already pay. The window is short. Preview means preview. There are bugs and rough edges, and the moment it exits preview, every agency and freelance dev in your inbox knows the same thing you do now. Move before they update their pricing, or pay their old prices for another quarter. Here is your Friday. Buy or dig out a used ThinkPad. Install Ubuntu 24.04. Download the ChatGPT desktop.deb from openai.com/codex. Pick one internal task. Write it down like you are training someone. Paste it. The whole test takes under a day. Under $500, under a subscription fee you probably already pay. Next video, I break down what happens when you point Codex at a real DTC storefront's order tag automation and let it rip for an hour. Watch that one next.